Okay, so I got a haircut, kind of like a Viking cut, skin on the sides, but I did it yesterday with clippers. Brought it down very close. I've been out in the sun, so hence the redness right now, which will go away in the next few hours. And I want to bring it down to skin. I still feel stubble, because when you use the clippers, they can only get so close. So you actually have to shave it. And I was going to shave it with a double-edged razor. I still might do that. So, but I remember one time, I skinned it on the sides, and I had this almost like Viking faux hawk kind of thing. And I did this years ago, actually 10 years ago. It was 2015. I did a cut like this and had a bigger beard, and I had a lot more hair. I have an okay amount of hair. I will not hesitate to shave my head down to the bone if it gets to the point where I'm trying to make 3 hairs look like 5 hairs. So, and that's what a lot of guys do. And I think it's now acceptable to buzz your head down to a 1 or shave it, and it looks good. It looks good. But let's do a quick little beard trim, and then I'm going to skin it, and we'll see what happens here. So I've got my, this is kind of like my weekly grooming, a number 2. Hit the eyebrows with a 2. That works. Because I get these like little devil's horns, So, all right. So that works pretty good. Now let's do a 2 3/4 for the mustache. 2 3/4. But I only do it from here to here, like from corner to corner. So I still have this connecting to the beard. Okay, where's a regular comb here? I have so many combs and brushes and that kind of stuff. Get all the little pieces out. Now I take the detailers, and I'm not a big fan of this like blunt kind of thing, like skin and then or beard goes up, completely stops. I want to fade that up so you don't see it just stopping right here. I want to fade it up from about just a little bit below the earlobe. But I need to get the mustache out of my mouth. Corner to corner, not bad. Do the smile method, and that's the most accurate way of trimming a mustache on the lip line. Listen, I know some of you purists say, some guys have said, it looks weird to have it cut like that. Whatever, man. I just don't want a mustache in my food or my coffee going through my stash. It's not a coffee strainer, so. And I know a little bit about beards. So, fake smile. If you ever hear anyone talk about the smile method, I came up with that. A lot of people act as if they, it's common knowledge. It's not. I started doing that in 2015, and it works really well for me. So I've been doing it for 10 years because I'd always get like a zigzag kind of thing. Always trim your mustache like this, okay? Not like this, because you will mess it up. Do not do that. Do it like this. Start in the middle, go to the corner of the mouth. And that'll work well for you. Now, I want to fade the beard up. I don't want it to be as Viking-ish as it is now. I used to have a pretty good Viking haircut. I've done everything from undercuts to Viking haircuts to skinning it down, and so we're going to do something a little different. and trim the beard. This will take us till fall, I think. We'll see. It all depends on what side of the bed I get up on. All right, here's a 2. And I will take that 2 to the bottom of the earlobe and go up. A lot of guys who don't have beards, and a lot of women like watching these videos, I call it like beard porn. Why would a woman want to watch this stuff, you know? Start at the earlobe. I noticed Cooper started disconnecting his beard. It looks like a giant goatee. It looks good. It looks good. All right, now that's a 2. Let's do the 2.5. Or no, 2 3/4. Go down a little bit further. And if you want to get a more accurate shape, don't be afraid to kind of like puff your cheeks out, like fill your cheeks up with air, like that. It'll make the hair stick out so you can trim it. Now this is a beard trim. It's going to end with a beard sculpting, which means I'm going to freehand it, which can mean a lot of trouble for you if you're not steady-handed. Trust me on that one. Now let me find a 3.5. There's a 3.5. Even a little bit lower. Okay. And I shared with you before, what you really want is you want this plane to be straight. Like if you just hold this on your head, your beard for this style, some of you guys like the big wide beard. I'm not a wide beard guy, I'd rather have a longer beard. You just put a comb or a straight edge right here. The beard should not go beyond that line. See that? Same thing with if you're giving yourself a haircut. Right there. You can see right here. The skin goes right up to where the curve. That's called the parietal ridge. All right, 3.5. It's about even. And what happens is you end up having a pretty, it almost just becomes like a giant goatee. Got the big ass comb here. Some of you remember the big ass comb. Now I'm gonna fade it up, which means I started out with a 2, which means I need to make this bluntness disappear, I gotta fade that up a little bit. So I'm gonna go to a 1.5, if I can find it. Okay, there's a 1.5. And you can see it's just starting to fade away. Now I'm going to go to a 1A. A 1A is a little bit more hair than a 1. You can see it's starting to fade up pretty nicely. Then you hit it with a 1 and almost make that disappear. And I got a nice fade there, okay? So it's not this blunt thing where the beard goes up, stops, and then there's skin, or skin comes down and all of a sudden, boom, there's a beard. Some guys like that. No hating on beards. All beards are cool. All facial hair is cool. Now comes the shaping, the sculpting. And I use a 000 with that. And that's freehand. And that's, this is, man, if you don't have a steady hand with this, go to somebody who does have a steady hand. Like with my clientele, hair cutting clientele, 100% steady hand. I mean, there's people that travel from California, 27 states to get their beard and hair done by me, believe it or not. I've cultivated such a following, such an audience that there are people that will not let anyone else touch their hair or their beard. So this is a 000. 2 hands, 2, straight down. Remember that plane when I put the comb? We just want to go straight down. And what I'm doing is I'm following the wrinkle line. Remember I told you about the wrinkle line. When you get older, you end up looking like a Shar-Pei dog. And there's nothing you can do about that. But I got these wrinkles, these deep wrinkles. And I know, man, if I had like cosmetic surgery, I would look instantly younger. If I got my eyes done, got these bags, man, I could travel for a week with the bags I have under these eyes. But when I go like this, wait. I mean, look at that. Look what that does to my face right there. Look at that, with those wrinkles gone. Looks like there's a filter, right? But back to the wrinkles. But that line is a guide. When I trim the side of my beard, I don't trim or I don't sculpt on this side of that line, only on this side, because I want the greater goatee area to have all the critical mass. So follow that line. And some people call these laugh lines, whatever. I do laugh and joke a lot, so I have created these wrinkles. They are my own doing. And plus, you're not touching the mustache when you're coming down. Okay, not bad. Not bad at all for an old guy, right? Get all that hair out. Got a lot of vacuuming to do after this one. All right. Now, the length. Remember, we just go back. We don't, like I bevel the edges, but we go back. I want to see my neck. That's what I want. I don't want this covering up like the knot on a tie or a bow tie or something like that. So we're just gonna comb it down. That'll reveal where I need to hit it and go straight back. That's not too bad, right? Now, underneath. What do I want to do underneath? Where's my mirror? There it is. You got a handheld mirror? Go underneath and take a look at the line underneath your beard. If you do it with just the mirror that's in front of you, you're going to screw it up. I am so experienced at this that I've got this thing down. So I make it look easy, but it is kind of hard. I've done so many of these. Now, I don't shave underneath at all. I do not shave under here. So I'm just going to hit the hair under here a little bit. And even if I don't, you can't see it. But I'm kind of a perfectionist when it comes to hair and beards. Right to the skin and then down. All right, not bad. Not bad at all. Constantly get the hair pieces out of there. Hair piece. He said hair piece. And you comb it constantly just to see where your flaws are. Hair is going to act different every day. Depends on the humidity. So that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Now, the dreaded side beard. Comb everything before you cut it. Let's see. Mirror, side. Wow, I'm actually surprised how good that turned out without me having to screw around with it too much. Other side, comb it down. See that fade? How it fades up really nice? Actually, that's really good. Son of a gun. That side beard looks good. Remember, in the beard community, we all used to post pictures of our side beards and call it Side Beard Saturday. I know it's gay, right? But in the beard community, guys, you know, there's guys who watch these videos and they're growing their first beard ever, like ever. Guys that might have been in the military, guys that have always been clean cut. A guy gets divorced and his wife liked them clean shaven and he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna grow a beard. I don't blame you, bro. Grow that beard. Don't fuck around with the corners of your beard. That's the testicles of your beard. Do not castrate your beard. Use a big ass comb. This is like beard trimming ASMR. Remember, you don't want a face-shaped beard. You have the opportunity to create a look that's different than your cheeks, that's different than your mouth, that's different than your chin. You know, I used to have like a double chin. And I remember when you have a long beard, you're always pulling on it. You're always pulling on the beard all the time, like stroking it, and that loosens the skin underneath. So when you go to a real short beard or shave it off, you end up like with a wrinkly turkey neck, double chin kind of thing. And when I started using moisturizer for the first fucking time at 55 years old, literally after about a week of putting moisturizer on my neck, it disappeared. Moisturize, my brother, moisturize. All right, so we're finished with that. Now, what I want to do is I want to hit the skin here, but I'm going to do it with the Andis foil razor. This goes down as close as a blade. I was going to whip out the shaving cream. I've got a 30-year-old can of Rise shaving cream, 30 years old, maybe 35 years old. Could be 40, I don't know, 30 to 40 years old. It's more of an artifact than anything else, but I'm going to use this. This thing is, you don't get any closer than this. So let's get that skin going. Around the ears. And then in the back, the nape of the neck is going to get the skin. So let's do that. Go all the way down. If you're like me and you have a hairy neck and back, literally just go down to your shirt line. Okay, you know the old joke. Why do Italian guys wear chains? So the barber knows where to stop. Right? All right, that's not bad, right? Let me take a towel and get this off. Do I have any aftershave here? No, I've got witch hazel. That's good. Whenever you go down to the skin, get out the witch hazel. This is rose petal, Thayer's witch hazel. It's healing. Rub that in. Whenever you go down to the skin, just make sure you use that, please. Mist your face a little bit. Anywhere where the razor hit, you're okay. Hit it with a blow dryer, cool blow dryer. Now, final combing of the hair, brushing of the hair, final brushing of the beard. For the white beard guys, put a little bit of purple beard oil in it for you guys who have, all right, purple beard oil. Can you see that? And I mix that with pheromone oil. This right here is tactical pheromone infused beard oil. The picture, this is from Scott Carr, a friend of mine. He makes the tactical soap. You know, you guys have seen this stuff before. I'll put a link for this down below. I've been using this soap for, what, about 8 years now? 9 years. It's awesome. And then he came out with the pheromone infused beard oil, and Rich uses it too. So that's a picture of Rich on there. That's actually Rich Cooper right there. All right, the purple beard oil, which brightens all gray, silver, and white. Keep your ink fresh, and do not let it get all, you know, what's the word? Flaky, you know? You don't want to flake out. I was going to make it much shorter, but I kind of like this look. And I'll tell you what, you know, I have discovered over the years, especially as my colors changed, my hair color changed. First it was salt and pepper, and then it went kind of silver gray, and then it went white. And the colors of your wardrobe, if you want to look good, you know, if you want to like maximize how you look, you want to be a look maxer, as they say. For me, black and dark charcoal gray looks really good. The contrast looks good with the white beard. Find out what your good colors are, like what works for you. What worked when your hair was dark won't work for you when your hair turns gray or white. What worked for you when you were young might not work for you when you get older. Keep that in mind. And then as far as if you're going to skin anything down, always use witch hazel, the rose petal stuff. It heals the skin, soothes it. And then if you ever skin your head or shave your head, like I was out working outside today, because when I skinned it yesterday, I will tell you, everything was white. Like it seemed white. So I had to like make the sun kind of like even out the skin tone. So even in the back, you know, I got a little bit of a, what do they call that, a farmer's tan? So there you go. So it's a lot less of a Viking beard. It's more faded up. There's no blunt, it's not like skin, the beard explosion. There you go. You can learn to do this, or you can give me a call to get it done. If you want to maximize how you look, it all depends what you want. I do it part-time, and all my business comes from online marketing. I've never I've never advertised in my life. So I just basically have worked on my own beard and hair, and that gets me all my customers for the past million years. All right, what do you think? Does that look good? Take a step back. Right? All right. You got this, man.